As a believer, there are disciplines that should be part of our everyday. And as a parent, we need to be intentionally passing these on to our children. And one of those is prayer. Prayer is critical to the life of the believer. And not only is it important, but we are told that we should be praying continually. When life is awesome, we should be giving God praise. When we're struggling, we need to be going to God for strength and peace. When we have questions or fears or whatever the circumstance, we need to be going to God in prayer. In every season, in every circumstance, our first response should be to go to the Father. And as a parent, we need to be intentionally passing this on. So, have you been passing on the importance of a vibrant prayer life to your kids? Now, first, in order to pass this on, you have to have it. So, do you have a vibrant prayer life? Are you going to God first, not as a last resort, but seeking Him first, constantly? You can't pass it on if you aren't doing it. So, your kids need to see you pray. It's kind of the same thing with personal quiet time. If you do this, awesome, you need to be. But make sure that at some point your kids see you do this. Model prayer for them. So it shouldn't be at that 5 a.m. before the kids are up only. Absolutely have your prayer time whenever fits you best. But make sure that your kids are seeing you pray. When your family's facing a big decision, pray about it. Pray more than just that regular bedtime rhyme prayer. Make sure your kids are seeing you pray. And then pray with your kids. So it's your job to intentionally teach them how to pray because they might not know how. Now, the natural way to teach this is by doing it. Give kids a chance to pray themselves. Remind them that there is no right or wrong way to pray. God cares about absolutely everything that we have to say. And maybe you need to give them some ideas of what to pray for when they're stumped. As a family, pray out loud together. Praying out loud is a skill that you have to work on. Now, this will give your kids a chance to hear you pray, to hear the rhythm of prayers, but then to practice praying on their own. Now, that might sound kind of weird, practice praying, but prayer can be kind of intimidating for kids. They might feel like they're doing it wrong or they don't know what to say. This is the creator of the universe that they are talking to. Kids struggle with it sometimes, thinking that they don't know the right way to do it. So, prayer is something that we have to learn to do, and that's where you come in. Model prayer. Jesus modeled prayer for his disciples. So, what does a genuine and vibrant prayer life look like? And then let your kids pray. More than this repeating a food rhyme or a bedtime rhyme, those are great. But what does genuine prayer sound like? What type of things can you take to the Father? So, you know how we as parents, we read lots of books to our kids, and that helps give them a better understanding of language and sentences and all of that. Prayer is the same thing. Let them hear you pray, then practice it together. Their prayers are absolutely real, even if they're praying for a goldfish or whatever. Everything matters to God. And let them know that. Let them practice that, even the youngest of kids. You're giving your kids a safe place to develop their prayer habits. And when they're stuck, give them ideas. So maybe your family is going to create a prayer jar and you're going to write on popsicle sticks or cards of things that you can pray for, people you want to pray for. I know some people will do this with their Christmas cards and they'll pray for every family before they put the card in the trash. Maybe you're going to write out your praises every night, put a sticky note on the fridge, a big sticky note or a cool paper. Maybe you're going to start the day by telling God one thing that you're thankful for as you sit around the breakfast table or as you hop out of the car. Maybe like my family, we have a habit of when it's raining, we sit out on the porch and we tell God what we're thankful for, our prayers of thanks. So, what ideas can you come up with to help your family when they're kind of in a prayer rut or don't know what to say? Intentionally create an active prayer life. Colossians 4:2 reminds us to devote ourselves to prayer. And as parents, we need to make sure that first we are devoted to prayer. So, mom and dad, are you? Are you praying consistently? Are you devoted to prayer? And are you passing it on to your kids?